Yeah, what? I have grinded leaderboard with him, I believe, 2 seasons ago. I was stacked with Strange when I was boosting the UFR account. And this guy is cracked with an SKS. Like, bro is on a whole different level. He would be feeding me advances non-stop. So I am excited to see how he plays. I know I believe he joined the KRM clan. I do know a few of them on that team. And these guys are crazy good with shotguns. So I am like excited to see what gun he's using. It would be nice to see him use a KRM, but it just depends on what's legal for the scrim. I remember participating in a shotgun tournament, and he did make it very far. So even on this high MS, our Trinity players are really good. 868 Stickman, I believe, is carry? I'm not quite sure. I don't know much about carry, so I'm excited to see what talent he has to offer. And also Broken. I do know Kibu scrims a lot. Kibu's been around in the comp scene for quite some time. I used to look at him play in T2 scrims when he was with Adversary, and oh, we got the match is going to start. So, very exciting to see these two teams play. Let's see what Trinidad has to offer and what Suriname has to offer. Let's see. So is opting to use the bow. Broken is using the XM4. Beamed, I believe, is Kibu. Kibu is using the bow as well. And switchblade. So we have a bunch of SMGs. Shots come down on top. We see 2 picks being picked off here from Suriname players. Careless with a 2-piece. Careless holding hill now as 2 players push for the top. Now, it is important we see how much of them play that top control. We do have beautiful positioning from Beam here. Kibu is holding it down with that computer's head glitch, getting those picks, getting 2 off. He's about to play, and he gets a pick, and he gets picked off. Now we have 2 players playing bottom control. They're trying to hold that bottom control, pushing into point. We do have an automatic place being taken up by the Suriname players. Only 1 committed to hill, and we do see the raze team is dominating on that holding of the central map positions. It may look very close now, but if you could look at the map control, most of the map control is actually coming from the raze players. Now we see 3 players from the Suriname team pushing for that top control. 1 pick comes down, they have the info, and they are pushing for the hill. Players are pushing to hold that P2 side. If you can see, they are trying to opt to hold this so they can have a beautiful rotation into P3. Ooh, bad timing there for Chocolate Milk as Stickman or Carry gets the pick on him. They are picking up a substantial amount of hill time, but they aren't winning as many gunfights. They need to get a little bit of map control. Beam or Kibu coming out here with his death machine, trying to get a few streaks in. He gets the pick. The being picked out on that stairs, and let's see who pushes for that map. 15 seconds on the clock. Is anybody making that rotation into P3? It doesn't look like it, as the Suriname players are holding the next hill. Now let's see how well they can hold it. They do have spawns. They do have that map control. Ooh, Duh gets the pick. All the person on hill, but they do still have those and the ops come out. Careless with the dead machine, war machine. He gets a pick holding down that snow long angle. I believe they are doing a good job of holding spawns, but they don't have as many players committing up. They should have at least one player pushing up, and so said, so done. One pushes up with the dead machine. They get knocked off hill and they automatically lose spawns. Now the race team should be able to capitalize here. 25 seconds on the clock. They will try to capitalize all of the scrap time, but they should be pushing 2 players to go up to the next hill. I say they try to abandon this hill, high key. Getting those picks, holding off that extra 9 seconds. They do have one person playing. All of them are actually still playing old. While team, I forgot the name of the team already. I'm so sorry about that. But they are playing the hill. Oh, and the race team does seem to get the spawns here. I'm not sure how, but they did get the spawns. They have Kibu holding back spawns, but he does get picked out and they lose spawns once more. The Suriname team is holding the spawns. They are holding tower positions here as the race team tries to desperately break. Now this is a money hill and there is 43 seconds still on this hill. If they want to keep it tight, they need to break this hill, and they get picked off. Ops come out and it looks like Team Raze is about to break and they're about to hold that map position and map control. They have how many ops? 1 op out, and even with that 1 op, they still managed to break the hill. As equals come out, Kari gets 2 picks off of NRG and someone else, I believe, and they automatically flip around the hill. The break did come in at a good time and they will be trying to pick up that scrap time. Now, their rotation seems to be a bit late, honestly. Considering how the game is going, the rotations are a bit late and this is kind of selling them a bit. They are playing a little bit better in terms of breaking that hill and capitalizing on that extra scrap time, but they're just a little late on those rotations, and that's what's keeping this so close. The Suriname team is playing those rotations very early and is holding it for a substantial amount of time. Now we see here Kibu does get the 2 picks. He is trying to spawn trap them here with the green and pushes back onto hill. Kibu playing that vital position on computers, making sure no one pushes from both sides. He is getting these picks off and holding down the fort, trying to minimize the amount of players that push into hill now. He does a decent amount of job. He does get the 2 picks there. 3 picks. This is a beautiful positioning from him. His team, however, is slacking a bit behind as he gets all these picks off like they need to be pushing that hill. Let's look at the teams right now. Kibu does have 39 kills, Broken with 7, Shrink with 15, Duh with 19, and Kari with 16. They are absolutely dominating only because of that extra man, Kibu giving them that extra, flex. He already has another death machine and he is trying to milk as many kills as he can. Getting 2 picks off and gets shut down by Milk. This does allow them to get back some sort of a lead, And they seem to be picking up on this. 42 kills for Kivu here. The Guidance team, let's see what they're doing. 21 kills for NRG, 15 kills for Careless Wave, Blacka with 19, Chocolate Milk with 18, and they have a pretty decently stacked roster in terms of their kills and their ultimate OBJ here, with Careless Wave having a minute while Blacka is also having a minute. They seem to have a quite substantially balanced team, if you ask me. They do hold these spawns for the next hill and are playing very nicely the setup for new, but they aren't winning the gunfights they should be. As you can see here, NRG does get shut down, and just like that, raze already has control of the new hill. This is crazy. EMP comes out, and yeah, just like that, they just drill hill and are holding the angles. Like, 118 to 163. It still could go either way, but right now we see that Team raze is dominating the OBJ and the positioning and the map control. So I would say if I was Team Suriname, I would send 2 players to minimize the damage as much as possible and commit the rest of the players to hill. Honestly, they need to hold the power positions for quite some more time because they're being very good on the rotations, very good on the pauses, but not winning enough gunfights. As you can see here, they do opt for that first rotation, holding on, popping ups. A good pick there by NRG to hold that long angle, getting 2 kills with the Tempest, and are trying to hold on to this hill as much as they could. But ups also come out for Team raze as they break with both Tempest and Equalizer, and Kivu also popping in with the Death Machine, getting the picks that they need just to break that hill. This op usage is what is driving this team to play so well. Pushing out the ops and getting that break straight on the hill, and just like that, they have that map control. NRG does get a nice pick here and gets shut down immediately by Kivu with those 3-piece combo. Broken getting another 2 picks and keeping that map completely hold perfectly for that rotation. Now all they need to do is just hold this for a little bit longer and set up for new. What the Suriname team should be doing right now is setting up that power positions as much as they could. They are trying. There are 2 or 3 players, all 4 of them are doing pretty good, playing the rotations well, but it seems that the Team raze just has the slight edge on breaking those hills. And I think that would be if you look at the scoreboard, Kivu is at 60 kills. Broken at 17, Strange at 35, Duh at 35, and Stickman at 21. Kivu seems to be the anchor for this team to hold as much map control as possible. Beautiful 2 picks by NRG. Equals and Death Machine comes out for Careless and Chocolate Milk gets shut down. Careless also gets shut down with his Death Machine, getting a few picks in. Good value, but not enough. As the raze team seems to be pushing in for that break off P2. They want to finish this game. They want to take that win as fast as possible, because if they do, if they don't hold this next hill well, beautiful 2-piece by Chocolate Milk. He's pushing to hold spawns for new. He does need the support right now, as he is the only player on hill. That I think what will determine who wins this game is who can hold top control. That top control is going to make the difference. They do have a good setup here, and it seems to be that the Suriname team is catching up. Good lead as, never mind. Pops come out for Team raze as they hold on this OBJ. I think it's a grabs. Unless they could make a good break here. I think they're good kill from Careless. He does need to push that hill efficiently. As you can see, they aren't really pushing together, but they seem to be holding off pretty well. Beautiful 3-piece by Duh. A nice flick, and that's it. I honestly think this will be game. And that looks like a GG's. good game, good talent on both sides, honestly. It was a very, very tight game considering how much raze was actually dominating that kill feed. Kibu with 70 kills in 45 seconds on Hill. Strange in second place with 40 kills in a minute 17 on Hill. 41 for Duh with a minute on Hill. And Broken playing that OBJ. Now, he may have gone negative, but he did hold on to OBJ for his team. Kyrie with 24 to 38 with a minute on Hill. These players did play their roles very well. I'm not saying that the what do you call it? The Suriname team didn't play well, but they just had the slight edge on winning their gunfights, honestly. If they could have won a few more gunfights, that would have secured them because they had very good rotations, very good holes on the next hill, but they just couldn't hold it long enough. They got picked off, and not just one, but two. Two players were picked off too easily, and that's what let them just slide in and break that hill like nobody was watching. Now let's see if they could redeem themselves in the next game. Very well played by both teams, but the win overall goes to raze Esports for that first game. I'm very curious to see what the map will be for S&D.
We're doing search and destroy Tunisia.
You can remind me what the name of the team is again for the Suriname team?
xqtion Esports.
xqtion.
Yeah, xqtion.
xqtion Esports.
Yeah.
If anyone didn't know, xqtion Esports is the name of the team. They are a Suriname-based team, and they do have some talented players, I would say.
Wrong limit for S&D.
All right. So as we get the S&D on the way, this seems to be a very good lineup for Team raze. With of course, with a little bit more focus on Kibu with those 70 kills. Like, Jesus, bro, chill. That op usage honestly does give them the edge for breaking hills, because those were perfectly executed op breaks for each hill. And it goes to show how important the usage and timing of using operators are when you are playing those competitive sets. Ops can make a big difference. And we saw that from that game. It helped them break every single hill. Alright, and I think we're ready to get the S&D. We're just waiting on a few more players to get ready, and then we should start. Now I am curious to see what both teams are gonna choose to do. As we can see, we have team. Do you flip sides or do you get them attacking side? Hmm. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all are enjoying the game so far. I know I am. It's very entertaining to watch. And we have the S&D getting on the way. Now S&D is 9 runs now, considering. I do remember them changing it for the new sets of games. So let's just see how well this goes. This does make a big difference. Now, before S&D, I believe used to be 6 rounds, and now it's 9 with overtime. So let's see how both teams seem to play. Now it does look like Team raze is pushing for that A side control. We see here that Kibu is actually sniping Broken using a Type 19. Strange using the SKS. Duh with the Switchblade and Kyrie with the Switchblade. They are pushing in. They do get the info on Tibu there. As Tibu dies, Strange gets the pick though. They do. Ooh, bad timing there. He didn't pick the angles very well, but it does give Kirito the info and he does manage to get the pick. Now we have a 1v1 Kirito versus Strange. Let's see who gets a kill. We have a SKS versus yeah, he was not winning that. I'm sorry. That is disgusting. A double shot and the headshot is the last kill, dude. Jesus Christ. Bro read him like a book. He did try to repeat that angle, but I'm not sure why he did that with a pistol. Not the best idea there. As they do commit for A site. As you can see here, Team raze is actually trying to make that A site while we have a perfect flag and no one's looking at Zig and he managed to get the 2 kills, but was it worth it? Like, having no one looking at Zig was the worst option they could have possibly made. It gave them no map control, and yeah, that was a easy break for them. I'm quite shocked that Team Exquisite did not commit anybody to mid. And that's what happens when you do. Instant trade there from Kibu to get the pick there on Zig.
Team xqtion.
Team Execution, I'm shocked that they didn't put someone towards Zig. That really shut down the round for them. Honestly. Let's see what angle. So they do seem to have one player pushing all the way to his spawn. Chunkin' does get 1 pick. He does get a second. Pushing into A connectors, he gets the read onto Strange but dies instantly. Unlucky. Team Execution seem to be just rushing into A site and having one player push into their spawn. Not really holding, but we'll see if they are able to adapt or be able to like win some rounds off of this playstyle. Not quite sure about it though, but we'll see. So they do have 1 player playing A site, 2 watching mid and 2 watching B site. Now they do see 2 connections on B site. They do get a pick on B side, and shots go down on B side. Broken does survive as Duh covers him with 2 SKS shots and getting 2 picks off. I believe Team raze is pushing for that B side hold, while it's a 1v3. Now let's see what Careless Wave can do. Can he clutch the 1v3? Doesn't get the info yet. He does take it very slow, checking his corners, and yeah, did not see Broken at all. Good try. If Team Execution does want to keep themselves into the game, they really need to hold these angles very well because they are getting dominated by Team raze. Now let's see if their positioning changes. They do commit 1 person to hold Zig. Strange gets the first pick onto Kirito. Kirito dies because he pushes straight into the hill. They do have 2 players playing on A side. Team Exquisite. Energy does get the pick, but he gets shut down. 2 picks come off from raze as they push into A side, leaving 1 player left holding mid. Ooh, Blacka does get the pick here. Can he clutch a 1v4? Bomb is going to go down on A side as they try to read all where he's going to play from. Strange does get the information and gets the kill. 5-0 in favor of raze Esports as they show their dominance and their strategy, playing this SME game with precision. As you can see here, they're putting Team Exquisite, Execution is putting 3 players in Zig One on A site as raze does opt for that A push again. Playing. Jesus, does just cook them, honestly. Beautiful two-piece from Duh. Perfectly timed, perfectly executed kills there. It leaves A side completely open. NRG does try to rotate from B, but I don't think he realizes that there's someone behind him on B side. He does push it to mid. Chocolate Milk does play deep spawn. Bomb goes down. It's a 2v3. Kibu does get the pick onto Chocolate Milk because he doesn't check any of his angles. 1v. Alright, that's that. 6-0 on the board here for raze Esports. I honestly don't know if it's that raze Esports is playing extremely well with their picks and callouts, or if it is that team oh my god.
Execution.
Execution. I'm so sorry, I'm butchering the name. Team Execution is selling with their map positioning right now. Energy does get the info. Does he tell his teammates as they could see if they could hold a team? Team raze is already planning on A side. They have 3 players committed with 1 player flanking. They do push up. Gets the pick right there. Chocolate Milk does get strange. It does give him. He gets a second. They have the info. They need to hold this and play the last 2 picks. Beamed right now, watching the flank, holding as much as they could. Chaos Base does get a perfect pick there, and that's picked off immediately by Duh. 2v2, 1v1. I mean 1v2. He gets the read there. Chocolate Milk needs to win this round for his team if he wants to stay in this. Shots go down, and he. Jesus Christ! 7-0. This domination by Team raze. Let's look at the scoreboard. We have Kibu here, which is beamed with 10 kills, 1 death. Broken with 4 kills. Strange with 8 kills, though with 7, and Stickman with 6. Instant 1-tap to the head there for Careless. Chocolate does get a beautiful cross-map made onto Carry. They do get a second pick now. Could they hold this, or will they get traded out? It seems to be that Team raze is trying to push for that B-side control. Oh, Chocolate does get the info, but he misses the shot. Info comes out for both teams. Kibu with an important pick there onto NRG. And a second pick, and now it's a 1v3. And Chocolate gets a read and is immediately shut down by Strange. No mercy. This is 8-0, very one-sided. I do believe this has to do with their positioning and their comms. Because as a player gets killed or gets a pick, it's immediately taken off by a raze player. I would say that just means that raze has very good comms going down for them to get these reads. Strange does push immediately into his spawn and he gets shut down immediately by Chocolate Milk. Shots go down, Broken pushes up, he does get 1 pick, but will he get the 2 players that are holding into that line? Does pre-fire a bit. All 3 players are... It is a 4v4, but it doesn't feel like it, jeez. Right now, Stickman Carry gets a pick onto NRG there. Very important pick there, as NRG does seem to get some of the picks for them. 3v4, they are holding that wine position, hoping that one of the players push them. Good pick there for Chocolate Milk, as he does take down Broken. 2v3. They do have a site open if they want. All 3 raze players do seem to be playing that B control, pushing around into the spawn. Let's see if they can make something happen here. 2v3. They do need bomb, which is in spawn. And it looks like he might get caught out here because Kibu does realize, yep, Kibu does realize that the bomb hasn't dropped and he gets an easy pick there and gets a second pick. That's what happens when you don't pick a bomb. Honestly. Very well done for Team raze as they dominated the S&D game. Nothing much else to say about it. They were the most dominant team. Good comms, good positioning, good decision making. I'm not sure if we're playing a third game or not. Usually it's
Yeah,
best of
standoff
three.
control.
Okay, so the control game is still being played, which is great. Here we're going to be checking to see, well, it is a loss for Team xqtion,
It's best of 5.
but oh, it's best of 5. Okay, so
Yeah.
this game is going to determine who is the winner. That control game is going to be their saving grace if they could win this. Now, we know, as far as I'm concerned, control is actually one of the hardest game modes of the three, as it all depends on how well you can hold that map control, cap the point, and it does take a lot of experience and skill to be able to do both. Now, usually in control, you would have players pushing for that spawn trap, and if you get caught in that spawn trap, it is very, very hard to get out of it. So, for both teams, we will see how this rolls out because that spawn trap also ends up depleting lives and will govern who wins the game, honestly. If teams could heavily play OBJ and have that two-man pushing for hill while the other two play for that spawn trap, it's going to be a very easy game or a very one-sided game for whichever team does it. And we will see based on this game how that goes. I believe control in scrims are 3 rounds. So guys, as we get the games ready and the players ready, um, who do you all think is gonna win? Honestly, based on these games, I think it's gonna be raze Esports, but we can't put exquisite out xqtion out yet. I do apologize for the name change, the name, like getting the name wrong. Yeah, my bad. It does not mean anything. It's just I can't remember it too well. So apologies to Team xqtion. That's on my behalf. But if they do want to stay in this, they need to really show what they're made of and warm up and like play as they're not in training mode for this next game. But we'll see. Maybe they are warm now and they would be able to perform. Maybe it's just a little bit of stage fright. You never know how these games go. It seems to be that all players on Team xqtion are ready. We're just waiting on the race players as Carrie is the last person to ready. Alright, and now we can get the game going. And let's see how this goes. Okay, game number 3. Let's look at team execution, as they do seem to be playing for that map control of. Oh, there seems to be some error here, as both teams are leaving. Yep, I think someone has like something banned or something that they need to restart. That's okay, it happens sometimes. You know, sometimes your classes aren't like set up or something, or you need to make a change, so it's good that everyone left as they did. I am stuck in the screen.
What
I cannot.
happened there?
I still stuck on the 0-1 screen. Let me just close COD and reopen.
Yeah, the game freeze up totally. Like now coming in for me. It's supposed to be off.
I closed the game and reopened. What needs to be off?
No, I feel like it's supposed to be off. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, entry or
No. Like it's always supposed to be off, but things going well pretty tonight. So I don't know.
It's okay. I'm not gonna say anything that bad. I don't care something like this.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna try starting again. I don't know what went on.
Yep. It seems to be that all the teams are ready, and we do have these technical glitches now and then. So we will be starting once more, and let's see who's the better team. At control. Alright, as we get the game underway, let's see, let me look at the map. Let's see where they allocate players. Okay, so we have team execution on the defensive. Let's see how they defend against raze with their aggression. Nades come down from every side. We do have 2 players playing gas as they try to make the flank. One player does get the information from back alley, and automatically he does get his teammate to respond. It looks like raze is pushing for domination of A site, and as you can see, they do have player 5 pushing for that spawn trap. He does get shut down, however, as 3 players from raze already have control over A. It's gonna be hard to get all of them off of that A site. This does leave them open for a break and for a spawn trap, but I don't think team execution does recognize that. They do get 3 very essential picks there, as Strange holds bottom gang. He does get the pick, but does not see the second player on him, as they do sell on that a hill break. Now there is only 1 bar left to hold on that A site. Will they keep committing for this A side push, or give up on it entirely? Strange with the pick there, but gets immediately shut down. Careless Wave does seem to get one of the picks, barely misses on 1 player there, and gets shut down by Kivu, as Kivu is actually sniping for this game. Ooh, Kivu pushing for the spawn trap with a sniper. They do switch that B site hill control, with 1 player from the execution team trying to play for that spawn trap. Now that spawn trap will do them good if they do manage to get these picks here. 1 pick does come down. Chocolate Milk pushes Strange and does get the kill, shutting down Strange, and he does need to capitalize on removing that hill time for Team raze. 28 seconds on the clock. If they do want to win this, they need to hold or push for 1 hill. 7 life advantage does go for Team raze. 12 lives for them. 6 for Team. Yep. And this is how important those lives are. They do lose A. They only have 4 men remaining, while Team raze does have 11 lives. And that just goes to show how important these lives are. Chocolate does get an important kill there. But NRG does get picked off by Strange, and here, honestly, 2v, beautiful 2-piece from Careless Wave here. He's holding a perfect angle for his teammate, but he does not seem to yet see Kibu in the back. Unlucky there. This just goes to show how important those lives are and how important your KD is for this game mode in particular. Seeing there, Strange does have the lead with 13 kills. Holding the fort, well, the only other player on the map that do have 7 kills each is Kibu and I believe Chocolate Milk. Chocolate Milk is being sold by his team right now. Beautiful 3-piece by Kibu. Does get a very essential keep, and there it goes. There it is. The spawn trap does hold. They do seem to be cleaning up on A side nicely, but haven't really been pushing up for that spawn trap. All Racers are focused on just holding these kills, not really on so much on pushing up. They do have ops now, and another hostile predator comes in and he does get the pick off of it. Losing Hill here. Careless Wave is selling a lot of his lives, trying to push those long angles, but he just can't. Strange pushes up for the spawn trap, and he is holding an angle here that does give him the advantage. Unlucky for him, Kirito does luckily get the pick, and they try to push out of that spawn trap. 10 kills, 10 lives left for team, 10 lives left for team, 15 seconds left on the hill too. They need to cap something very, very badly here as they do try to push up for that 8th site. 7 lives left, it is looking dire. They need a miracle just to hold this. Beautiful pick there for Strange. Strange does take up that kill time, and the Free Fire, unluckily for him, does not help out. 4 players left for Team Xqtion, as they seem to be dying off right here. All Rangers are holding. Kirito with a beautiful 3-piece, but gets shut down by that Broken there with a very essential Vortex, and NRG does unfortunately get rushed by 2 players and get shut down. 2-0 so far for Team raze, dominating with Strange with 21 kills, and Kibu, despite being the sniper, has 15. As I said, these lives do make a difference and does govern how well the game is played. Honestly, I would say that Team Xqtion here needs to push up, try to push up that spawn trap, as Chocolate Milk gets 2 very important kills there on as they try to make a flank into their spawn. You can see here they are committing 3 players to play back alley. I'm not sure how wise that is, but it will help if they could get that spawn control. This does leave B side open and less players on the hill. How well would that benefit them? I'm not sure, but we will see how it works. Chocolate Milk does get shut down, as Strange is not picked up by any of these players. He does have a beautiful position here, but it seems that that spawn trap is working in favor of Team Xqtion as they shut down Strange with his claw. It seems to be working in the favor of Team Exquisite here, as they are able to capitalize on this spawn trap. Unfortunately, for Team raze, they have 23 seconds to cap a hill. 10 lives left. They need a miracle on this one if they want to stay in this game. Honestly, a beautiful map control here for Team Exquisite as they get the picks. 8 lives left, 7 seconds. They really need to be pushing these hills if they want to win. They didn't get a single player into their spawn, and that really gave up their map control. However, hope is on the horizon as their lives just haven't gone down. And Team Xqtion is down to 9 lives, 6 for raze. Cred comes down, Kibu gets picked off 4v8. Does get a pick and they lose Alpha. That gives them a little time to breathe, a little lives left. They are all staying in spawn. They do have the life advantage, but are not playing for it, honestly. Playing it safe. Broken does see. He is shut down. 7 lives still for Team Oh, and it honestly, W kills there for the two of them left on. They need to push two people on that hill. Honestly, they might sell this. It's a 5v2, but no one's pushing onto B side, and if they're not careful, they could capitalize and fully pull B. Strange doesn't see him, and they shut down the two-man dream there. Good job from team execution there, as they are able to secure a round. Good all-around play for them. They did seem to be slowing down at the end there, but a beautiful execution there from them. As playing for the small trap did help them quite a lot. But they are playing the opposite now, trying to push players into back alley. But I believe this might work against them. Blaka does get a 2 important kills there, as Team raze tries to hold the hill as best as they can. NRG getting another important kill there, as Team raze is able to get the 2 kills off of A side, clearing it. 25 kills, 25 lives left for both teams. Let's see if anyone can make a break. Team raze is clearing up that, committing 3 men and a claw to A side just for that cleanup. The dedication there actually helped in their favor, as they are able to capitalize also on lives. 19. Chocolate Milk does shut down Kibu there, as they do have that play. They honestly could push for the spawn trap, but I guess Chocolate Milk decides to flip around and push for hell. I mean, I don't know if I agree with that. He does get 2 kills though, 2 picks, and gets shut down by Strange. 28 seconds on the clock. They need to cap something. Their lives are going down. As 3 race players does commit for mid-map. Blaka does get a kill there from the explosion of the vehicle and a claw, but he does get shut down by Strange. They should be able to cap this A site here, as the lives are pretty even. Ops are out. No one seems to be taking them off of A site. Kibu does get a nice pick there, but he does not see the 2 players under him. And he does see one, and he gets a triple kill on hill, able to break them and shut them down on A site. That was beautiful. T1 gameplay there, and he gets shut down. But it does give the race players quite some time to breathe and shut them down on A site. 8 seconds left. They need to commit everything they could to A site, while Strange gets 3 picks there, leaving them at 3 lives. And that's game. Kibu with the beautiful 3-piece there got them off of hill and managed to get the raze players to hold control, and that won them the game. So 3-1 final score for the control game, and we have a winner, and that is going to be raze Esports with the perfect predictions on both the S&D, going 9-0 on Hardpoint, which was much closer and much more executed, much well. Actually, better. Sorry. Oh my god, my English. Even though team execution did execute their map awareness and map control much better, and rotations much better, they weren't able to hold a hill, and that was their downfall. Overall, that was a win for raze Esports, where they completely dominated with their use of score streaks, as well as operators and map control, with a little hope coming in for team execution on that control. But overall, raze Esports is our winner for their absolute domination of the 3 game modes. So yeah.
Alright. I think you should like introduce yourself again and we'll close off.
So my name is Duppy. I was the commentator for this game, and honestly, absolute domination, bro. Honestly, a beautiful game, very good gameplay. We did get to see a lot of talent being displayed by both teams, and this brings us to the end of our scrim for today. Thank you guys for watching, and the